So it's time to talk about The Whale. Now, if you know the channel, I've been pumping this thing up for quite a while because it is a really fantastic film. Definitely one of the best films of 2022. However, I want to forewarn, even though this is no spoilers review, this is a very, very tough film. It has a lot of graphic content, sexual content, language is pretty harsh. This is not an easygoing drama. Essentially, this story is about Charlie and his struggles with obesity and how he has all this trauma in his life and how all these people around him, his nurse, his daughter, and his ex-wife relate to him. And it's pretty amazing. It's also very devastating. And although I don't suffer from obesity, I have had to deal with trauma in my own life. And I'm not going to lie, I didn't exactly cry, but was I tearing up at several sections of this story? Yes. This is not an easy film to see, so if you're much more of an adult person, then this will impact you very much. So even if you're, quote, not gay or not obese, it doesn't matter. You're going to definitely connect to the characters in the various ways of just dealing with life can just sometimes be extremely hard as an existential human being, and this really hit close to home in many ways. And Charlie is not a likable character. I think Brendan Fraser gave a masterful performance, but this is not a character you're going to like. Charlie has done things and does things which pretty questionable. So he's not an overly likable character. So they're not doing a trope where, oh, he's so obese, he's so beautiful and cute and just big. No, this is a really tough bastard. And many times you're not going to like him. You're going to hate him. But I think it's a very honest piece and it's adapted from a play. Although I'm on the East Coast and they regularly perform a lot of theater, I was not aware of this play and I try to keep up. But it's a very interesting piece. So I'm very curious to seek out the play in its original form. And they do change a few key moments. There's a lot of fidelity, but there were a few moments that they change in an extraordinary way. I'm not going to ruin it for you, but at moments this thing basically changes genre. And you're like, wait, what the hell just happened? And I'm like, what? It's a very amazing film. I do encourage people to seek it out. But unfortunately, I would say, aside from Brendan Fraser, Sadie Sink, and Hong, those were the three performances that are really the strongest. This is a very well-acted piece, but they are really the triad that move the story forward. I think the inclusion of basically this Christian fundamentalist, I understand it, and it was well done. It's not a caricature. It seems like it's, quote, just preemptively pro-gay and anti-Christian. I don't think so, and I've studied Christian fundamentalism. People like that do act like this. I was hoping certain characters made more realistic decisions, but again, it is a drama, so certain decisions seemed a little forced just to pump up the drama. I understand that, so that felt a little weird and inorganic. But overall, this is a very believable, very interesting story. It's very hard to categorize. I'd say it falls in between magical realism and just straightforward kind of documentary, because a very impressive job they did with the makeup and the prosthetics and the whole thing. Again, Brendan Fraser himself is not, quote, obese, but they did a lot to show you how just Charlie moving is an epic struggle. He is just very hard to move around. I think they did a very good job showing the impact of that kind of obesity on people. So again, I am recommending this, but this is a very, very harsh piece. You want to maybe take a breath before you see it. It's definitely worth supporting. You probably can't see it in theaters anymore, so please support it on DVD or rent it. Very, very tough, if very great film. Probably one of the best films of the decade, but it will not be for everyone. I know some people will just be like a little sick to their stomach saying, okay, they went a little bit too far. I agree, some moments were questionable, but I do believe Darren had very good intentions. And again, this is unlike any of his other films. It is very theistic. I will say that. If you're an atheist, preemptively it is very theistic. That part of it is very biased. Again, Darren is on the record. He believes in God. He believes in theism, so that part may be a little annoying. But I don't think it's overdone. It fits the story. But yes, it is coming in with a few biases, but it has an incredible amount of performances. The cinematography is also very, very well done. It may seem a little too dark, but there's a reason for that. And I don't want to ruin it. There's a big twist at the end. So a lot of things are very well planned and designed. But again, you have to be patient because this is, again, a very, very tough film. I want to keep emphasizing that. This is a tough, tough film. It's not for everyone, but if you're willing to have the courage, this is a very, very interesting narrative to seek out. I'm highly recommending The Whale. Please go see it.